very much up here all night.
All right, testing. Can everyone hear me? Excellent. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Dating Advice with the Dream Boys of Voltron. All right, so as you know, this is an 18-plus panel where we're going to answer your questions about dating, sex, what have you. We want to make sure that you have the best dating life in the galaxy. So, just a few things. So this is not a panel about the show. This is a panel about you to talk to the characters about dating. So it's a little different, kind of fun.
Just want to let you guys know that we do reserve the right not to answer any questions. And in addition to that, this is not a truth or dare panel. So we will not be taking any requests to perform any acts in front of you guys. And with that, we're going to go ahead and get started.
I almost.
What just happened?
I have no idea.
I can't have my voice dying on me now. That's my job.
Too late.
Too late, too soon.
All right, so let's begin. Does anyone have any questions for us?
Padme.
Go ahead. Okay. Hi, everybody. I have two questions. They're kind of related. One's about you guys, one's general. Is that okay?
That's fine.
Sure.
Okay. So, in a relationship, in a new relationship, how long do you think until it's okay to fart in front of each other? And what's your experience on that? That's my question.
I've personally never done it, and I feel like it's something that should not be done in front of your partner.
Pretty much almost right away. Hey, if they love me, they'll stick through that.
That's, it's honest. Honesty is key in a relationship. That's good. That's good.
I would have to say after you've had sex 11 times, and then it's okay.
Farting after sex.
Yes. Right after. You get up, you go to the bathroom, and you fart.
In front of each other.
Oh, in front of you?
Yeah.
Okay, the 12th time then.
I just think, what's it, domesticity? Is that how you say it?
I think.
Yeah, sure. The more comfortable you are with each other, you gotta be real. Being real and being honest, like Matt said, is a part of the relationship. So sure, but maybe not the first date.
I personally don't want to smell anyone's farts. Especially
If you can't handle me at my worst, then you can't handle me at my best.
Second part, our personal experience with that?
You kind of answered that.
We kind of answered that. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Padme.
Thanks.
All right, we'll take the next question.
Yep, right down here.
If you had to describe yourself, would you be an alpha, beta, or omega?
Omega. I am obviously always an alpha in every relationship. I mean, no, you're not. Look at me, my big muscles. No, you're not.
Lance?
Yes, I am.
Lance, I'm sorry, but we know who the true alpha is here. Sorry. You know.
All right. Except for Shiro, but everyone else, I am an alpha.
You would probably be a beta.
That is a lie.
I can see beta.
I can see beta too.
No, what?
Sorry, Lance.
Bullies.
Hey, you've got enough alpha qualities, but also some omega qualities.
Well, I disagree with all of
Hey,
you,
that's
but
both
it's whatever.
worlds.
Hey, it's the best of both worlds.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's so good you're here.
Hi, Voltron.
Moana.
I didn't really understand that question.
It's better that you don't.
Oh dear. The alpha, omega, beta universe infections. Google it.
told to stay away from those. Is that APO?
Yes. Moana, just stay on your island.
and your boats.
I'm just really glad Voltron's here. I feel like we can really accomplish anything, guys. It's gonna be a good night. All right. Next question.
Wait, did we get Keith's answer?
Oh, we did.
I said pass.
Oh. Okay.
Well, we have some questions from our online audience as well that we went ahead and took for those who can't be here. Lance, do you want to start with one of them?
Yeah, sure. Let me just, let's see. Okay, I like this question. Matt and Lance. Matt, are you listening? Okay.
He's never listening.
Excuse me.
Are you two competitive over all girls? And I thought about this question a lot, and I've come to a conclusion. The answer is no. At first, I was intimidated by Matt because I don't know how he did that to Alora. He must have hypnotized her or something. I don't know what she was thinking. But now, after knowing Matt, I'm not intimidated anymore. So I don't get that nervous whenever he's
We
flirting with
actually
someone.
end up being each other's wingmen.
Yeah. But I always win.
This isn't a competition, Lance.
Okay. Do you want to move? Oh, we have a question.
So Keith, you had to slip for Lance or Shiro. Pick one.
Shiro. Sorry, man.
It's okay.
No, this is something anyway.
I don't understand why people think that.
It's dependent on the relationship, honestly.
I mean, Lance, you're free to join in too. That's fine.
I mean,
Yeah, you know, it's all about.
when are you guys free later?
Okay.
I got another date, but after that date, if it doesn't go well. Or if it
54
goes
minutes.
well.
Yeah, 55 minutes?
Okay,
Okay, cool.
that works.
Yeah. Correct.
Hi, Shiro. I just want to ask, from one very busy father to another, how do you just find the energy at the end of the day to just do it?
Well, you know,
Didn't Korean give you something?
no. You know, I'm not, I may be old, but yes, cover your eyes, ears, cover the baby's ears. Yeah, okay. It helps to exercise a lot. Yeah, good diet, exercise. I'm strictly vegetarian. The rumors are true. I don't want to give away all my secrets.
I respect a man who can keep the secrets.
Yeah, I mean, in Maple Bay, there's plenty of secrets that you don't know about, Craig.
Try the blue pill.
I think I heard, I remember Robert, okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah, exercise, which you do. Yeah.
Thank you, bro.
Just not too much.
There's never enough.
No. True. Thank you, Craig.
Alright, should we take another online question?
Yeah, we have plenty.
Alright, Matt, would you like to read one?
Okay.
Matt.
Alright, so I kind of like this one here. What are each of y'all's kinks? Well, I mean, I'm all for mental stability. It's really cute with that one.
Not dying.
You want to stand up here and show everyone your jacket?
I like it when people support me emotionally.
Okay, but like
Really gets me
serious,
going.
but like on a serious note.
Not dying. Continue.
I do like a little light bondage. Light, as in like just having my arms pinned above me. Oral.
Giving or receiving?
It's Matt.
Both. Both is good. I think there was one more. I like hickeys. Giving and receiving.
That's more about Matt than I wanted to know. But
There's a lot more. There's a lot more about me.
learn it all.
So like, this is dark. This is like a question for like Keith and Lance. How do you like? Sorry.
Take your time.
Like, how do you feel like when like Keith's shoes are bigger than yours, Lance?
First of all, how do you know that Keith's feet are bigger than mine?
What size are you again?
But that doesn't mean anything. Okay, that is a lie and that is a rumor.
That's actually not always true. You're getting pretty defensive.
I would show evidence, but I've been instructed not to do that. So
I mean, we've got a baby here.
oh,
Wait, how did the baby get?
yeah, how did the baby get in?
I'm not just talking about that baby.
Excuse me?
You're only 6.
Shiro, get out.
That hurts now.
Love you too. Next question.
What's stalking?
What?
What's stalking?
It's something you can Google and you might regret. Yeah, I would say.
Being in space, as we have for a very long time, what appendages or features of an alien makes you just say no?
Oh, man, this is a great question for you.
I don't know the meaning of the word no, so okay, let's see. No, I kind of just flirt with everyone because everyone is beautiful and deserves to be flirted with. So,
That's really sweet, Lance.
you see, I am a sensitive guy, all right?
You are.
I know that I seem like a fuckboy, but on the inside, I just want someone I can cherish. And if an alien comes up to me and they want me to cherish them, I don't care what they look like. I just want someone to love me.
What if that alien looks like one big ear?
I mean,
Stick it in
there's
somewhere.
still a place to, so why not?
It depends for me. Okay, so like I've been around a lot of aliens, being a rebel and all. There's one that looks like an animal, and that's where I kind of draw the line of sexual, but probably like more along the lines of cuddling and fun.
What animal?
Looks like a dog.
I would
She
just
looks
like
like a
to state for the record, some of us are half-breeds and we look perfectly human. So, you want to take that back, Matt?
I wouldn't say no to a golem. It's one of the generals of the rebels. She looks like a legit dog.
So just fur. Just no fur.
She's all fur.
No,
I know, but you.
No, free.
Well, it depends.
All right.
If they look like a dog that I would keep in my house, then no.
All right. I think Moana had another question.
Okay, so there's this guy that I like, and he drew me a picture of Moana for Christmas, and I was like, wow. But he lives far away from me. Do you have any advice for maintaining a conversation, like, long distance?
How far away? Like light years?
No.
Someone else might be better for that one because I have not had a good experience with long distance.
All right.
How far away?
Like, Maine to Massachusetts, so not too bad.
Okay.
He's kind of bad at texting back, though.
Bad at texting. Letters.
I think, with a long distance relationship, don't always think of it as just one form of communication. Physical letters are fantastic. We also live in a great age of all sorts of great things like Skype and, like you said, texting, and even just, forms of online content too.
Do you want to pursue this relationship?
I would like to. being friends is okay too if he wants to, but if he wants to be more, then I'm totally down.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think, honestly, I'm a huge fan of traditional letter writing. Because it takes time and it's a surprise, and we love surprises, but it also kind of teaches us about space with distance. And we live in an age where it's so constant that if someone is bad at texting, like me, what's a phone, that it can kind of teach you to be patient with each other. But just keep it up, plan a Skype date, or even play these video games.
Yes.
Yes, I believe they have a two-player option at the same time.
Yes. Well, you can get these contraptions. I've heard. I mean, I've never used them.
We've done this plenty of times at the Garrison of playing video games with each other.
I was strictly business of the Garrison. No, you weren't. Yes, I was. No, you weren't. Yes, I was. No, you weren't. Anyway,
but they're like mouths, but like you send one mouth to the other person, and then you like Skype each other, and then. Okay, I sound crazy, but I'm not. Okay, someone told me about this. And you send the kissing thing to the other person, and then you turn them on at the same time, and you kiss the thing. So you're kissing separate toys, but it matches the movement of the person.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Maybe you wait.
Which is don't do that. But if you're really desperate.
You sound pretty desperate.
Keep that in mind. I may also have ones for like heartbeats, things like that.
Let's not. Keep going with it. Just keep up a frequent conversation, and even if it's just how was your day, pretty soon you'll get a pretty clear inkling eventually if they are interested in you back. Yeah, and Massachusetts isn't on Earth. Take a bus. An Earth train. An Earth train. Yes. I know. Yes, from Earth. God.
Yeah. And you're also from Japan. You get trains a little more than we do.
You have no idea. Thanks. I hope we helped.
Yes, I do.
Cool. Oh, right in the front.
So, I was just wondering, how do you feel about ice?
Ice.
Are you talking
in the bedroom? Yeah.
In general.
Oh, is it like a kink?
Well, ice skating is
Oh, ice skating.
Okay.
Any ice.
I've always had a secret passion.
Yeah, he's pretty damn good on the ice.
Thank you. It goes with the frequent exercise I talked about. It really does.
I have weak ankles, so I can't ice skate. But I love ice skaters. Are you free later? Okay.
Lance?
Well, I'm sorry. When there is a good-looking person in front of me, I can't help myself.
Hey, Lex, do we need to shove you in an ice bath?
I think you do.
I'll do it.
No.
Children? Let's focus.
Frank.
So, I got a bro, right? You guys are bros, ostensibly, yeah. And I have feelings for this bro, feelings that I cannot deny. But the thing is that I don't want to get bro zoned. I want to escape the bro zone and let them know about the feelings. But I'm not good with the words, so how do you do it?
Anxiety puts me out of that question, sorry.
You escort them to a far-off island where they can't leave.
Like Montanui. Montanui.
Hey! Well, I feel like if there's no hurt in trying. And I mean, the worst that can happen is that you get rejected when you tell them how you feel, and either it is or it isn't. And if you really like this person and you want to pursue them, I say it's worth the risk.
And I mean, you can always grow from rejections.
Are you afraid that you will lose this friendship if you do tell them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's also something to talk about with them as well. Like, I don't want to ruin the friendship. Like as cliche as that sounds,
no, but it's still
something to talk about.
Yeah. And I think like the longer you wait to tell him how you feel, the worse it'll be if he does reject you. And if you tell him now, if he's truly your friend, like he'll still love you even if he doesn't have feelings for you that way, and he'll still want to be friends with you.
We'll probably end up
Really
being your
well
wingman.
said.
Yeah.
Very well said,
Yeah,
man.
very well
Thank
said.
you. Wow.
Yeah, and you will know when the time is right. You will feel it. You will. And you have to trust that.
Feeling it.
Yeah.
She's feeling it.
Yeah.
Baby.
Boy.
I thought the baby was a girl.
It's her.
She's feeling it.
Okay, I'm not judging. That's right, you're in the front.
Matt, what kind of mischief did Shiro get up to at the Galaxy Garrison?
Excuse me, that is classified information.
We flipped Iverson's desk upside down.
That wasn't the kind of mischief I was talking about.
But why was the table upside down?
Because Iverson's a fucking dick.
True, but also maybe other things.
Is there any other reason behind that? Shiro, do you want to answer one of the online questions?
Yes.
Oh, someone's raising their hand.
Oh.
Take them first.
What is your favorite, like, romantic alternate universe?
Are you speaking of?
Like a coffee shop universe?
Oh, I was like a AU. Oh, okay.
The AUs.
Got it.
AU to the Y. I don't know.
You tried.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like to keep it modern. Nothing
You're
too
so boring.
fancy. Excuse me?
I like it.
College.
I like it when I'm an Altean prince because people worship me, and also I look hot as fuck in the fan art. So yes, college for me.
Can I be a paladin?
Yes.
So
You
while
can
we're
be whatever
speaking
you
of
want.
monsters of mana, which of the fantasy races would you like to fuck?
Wow. Elf. I like the elves. I blame Legolas. Paladin.
Do they have hobbits in? Okay, well, I would fuck a hobbit if it looked like that one hobbit from The Hobbit.
Frodo?
No,
Bilbo?
Killy. What's that's a dwarf? Oh, a dwarf! I'm sorry, I don't really do all that nerdy stuff, but
To be fair, Lance wasn't really into the game.
yeah.
And he clearly doesn't know anything about Lord of the Rings. I haven't.
That's okay.
It's clear I have a lot to teach you about Lord of the Rings.
Great, you guys can have fun later.
Yes. Wow, the group is
We have another question right here.
Following this question, did you prefer tops or bottoms?
Like, would we prefer to top?
Yeah,
Switch.
top or like-
Oh, I see. Okay. Switch.
Top. I think it's always fun to be versatile.
I would say top because bottoms have more fun, and I want my partner to have fun. So
Lance, that's really sweet of you.
I love how much appreciation I'm getting.
Sounds fake.
But
Feels weird, but-
Switch is basically being versatile because like you can have the best of both worlds.
All right, person with their hand up.
Oh, yeah. Person with this one.
Blue.
right here.
So we've talked about fucking. We've talked about
Sure have.
whether or not you're top or bottom. But what position is your favorite?
Oh.
Doggy style.
I thought you said you wouldn't do anything.
I didn't say no. I thought I wouldn't do someone that looks like my dogs,
But you do it.
but I would do doggy style.
I'm a big fan of the classic 69.
You stole my answer, Keith. Okay. So I can't say that anymore. I think just classic. I don't know if there's a word for it.
Missionary.
Missionary. Yes, that's the position that I like. boring. It's intimate.
And I think we found out who's more innocent than me.
Oh, me? Oh, I mean, you guys. You know what? I'm not even gonna get into it.
Get into what, Lance?
I just.
I love you, but this is a great chance for you to grow. It's a great chance.
I had to like.
We all started somewhere.
Noticed.
Lance, we all started somewhere. I'm still learning.
Proud people.
And I'm not even a paladin.
Can I be
So
a
you've
paladin?
got that.
Sure, you can be whatever you want to be.
Alright, I guess we'll take another online.
wait, we have a-
We have it? Alright.
Lance.
Yes.
You're with Keith, does that make you afraid?
What? I mean, he was a Neko and
Okay. So, someone asked me this question a long time ago, and I didn't know what that meant. And I looked it up, and I thought about it. And you know what? I'm okay with people thinking that.
I personally find that question very offensive. What are you saying about That's what I thought. Alright, next question. I mean, genre aren't exactly yes, we're gonna take an online question.
Yeah, we have so many great questions from people that couldn't be here today, bless them.
Bless their pure hearts. Alright, Jiren's putting on his glasses. And yet he was a pilot. What'd you do to coerce Iverson for this?
Stop it.
We're on a time constraint, Shiro.
I'm sorry.
I blame space for the glasses.
Okay. I want to try a threesome, but I'm not sure if my partner would be into it. How do I even bring this up? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. Well, communication with trying anything new in a relationship, you need to make sure that there's equal communication. And I mean, that might be something that your partner doesn't want to do, and you're just going to have to deal with that. Or if they do, then yay for you.
Going off of that, I mean, I'm sure everyone has a different opinion about this, but I feel like if this is something that you want, it kind of may be very indicative of the fact you should not be in a relationship, unless you guys are in a very, like, consensual, open relationship. But, I mean, in my opinion, if you're having a monogamous relationship and you want a threesome, no, break up with that person and do what you want.
To go off of what Keith said, I think that you need to make sure that you don't hurt your partner. You need to be very aware of what your partner wants, and if there's any indication that they are not okay with being that open, then, you know, like you said, sorry, end it. You guys have anything to say?
No, I'm kind of with you guys on that. Lance,
Good night.
I think that if you are in a rough patch with your partner and you're talking about ways to, you know, spice it up in the bedroom, then it's, you know, something that you could bring up, because maybe someone can come in and teach y'all something that you never knew before. So sometimes a third person can be helpful, I think.
but it's all about key communication.
Yes, with key communication, yes.
Communication. Nice try.
Right out of my mouth.
What does that mean?
Next question.
Well, that was fun. Does anyone have a question yet?
All right, well, we'll go with an online one.
Have you read one yet?
I haven't. All right, let's see.
It's time to shine.
It's not like he's had enough.
Lance?
Read your question.
All right, my partner is really quiet when we have sex. How do I know if I'm overstepping or making them uncomfortable? I don't want to hurt them. I just want to make sure we're both happy. Again, communication. Ask them, am I making you uncomfortable? What positions do you not like? It's all about communication. Yeah, I mean, you should be communicating while you're having sex. And I mean, as you're going, you should be saying things that are encouraging your partner to tell you what they like and what they don't like. And if they are really flustered about saying that during sex, then it's definitely a conversation you need to have outside of the bedroom.
I would also add to that, look, as you know your partner as a person and know who they are, look for cues. Maybe they have a way of saying things that isn't as clear. Like they might not say, hey, can we stop? But they might say something
Body
different.
language.
Body language. Yeah. Just be very careful and just make sure that they know that they can be comfortable.
And don't be afraid to ask your partner, hey, like when you do this when we're having sex, what does that mean? Because obviously they want to have a good time too, and they want it to feel good, and they want to be safe too, so they'll be honest with you.
And you want them to know that you care about them. Yeah. Great. These are great questions.
All comes back down to communication.
Exactly.
Lance, do you want to read another online question?
Sure. Let's see. Okay, I'll read this one. My partner wants to know how many people I've slept with before them, and I don't know what to say because it's been a lot. What do?
What do?
What do?
So that one, again, it's communication. But in all seriousness, if you don't feel comfortable telling them, because if you have the feeling that they're super jealous type, they may not be a good person for you.
Yeah, I agree.
But it's also okay to say, hey, I'm not comfortable with that question.
I agree. I think if your partner judges you for how many people, I think it's okay to sleep with people. I mean, as long as you're not in a relationship and you don't want to be in a relationship, I don't know why people put such a negative stigma around having a lot of sex. So if your partner is judging you for that and they get jealous and they don't treat you right after that, then maybe you shouldn't be with that person.
I support you, Lance.
Yeah, that's a surprisingly great answer from Lance.
Well, I have experience. So.
All right, here in the front.
Like when they so in your opinion, whenever your partner says stop, do you just are you supposed to just stop whatever you're doing and just wait?
Yes.
Yes. Stop.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Stop is stop.
I think it's
so I'm not crazy.
No.
Wait,
If
if someone says no or stop or wait or anything that gives you the idea of don't go on, do not keep going.
And that it's not that stop, I hate you. Oh my gosh. It's just, hey, stop. And that's opening in for communication. And that's totally okay. And that's as you learn. I mean, you could be, as comfortable as you get the longer you have sex with each other, you're still going to say, hey, stop, or no, I'm not feeling it. And that's just, it's keeping it healthy.
It's okay to say no.
Yeah. I think expanding on that too, if there is some sort of, blurred line of some sort, you guys can always come up with something that is more indicative of wanting to stop, like a safe word. And I think that's very important because there may be situations where you're in some sort of role play or something, and stop might not necessarily mean stop in that specific situation. So safe words are very, very important, and that's the conversation that you need to have with your partner.
And that's where you do not take the advice from 50 Shades of Grey.
Shades of what?
50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah.
So if you
excuse me.
I heard that. If you do use a safe word and you still go, what should you do? Should you just
punch them in the face? No, I'm just kidding.
You should say it again more aggressively.
Yeah.
If they still don't stop, get them off of you. Because at that point, it is sexual assault.
Okay. Have a conversation. A very serious conversation, and just don't hesitate to say exactly what you want. And that, give the chance to have that conversation.
Great question.
Yeah,
yes.
really good.
Wonderful.
Really good.
I saw a few more hands. Where did
I think we might have answered you.
Sure. Standing up.
So we now know that there are a lot of Shiros.
They're short.
So would you
No
fuck your
spoilers
own
for
clone?
those who have not seen the new season.
What'd you say?
Would you fuck your own clone?
I mean, I'm pretty, I mean, I'm something else.
Yeah, I mean, why
I mean, if I looked like Shiro, I would.
Everyone supports me here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely. I mean, you only live
See you later.
apparently a few times. So. You say see you later?
All right.
What is your best/worst pickup line?
Yeah, Lance, take it away. Especially the worst.
I think the worst one, because it doesn't make any sense, because Allure and Karan don't pay us to be paladins. But I used to say, I'm not this tall, I'm standing on my wallet, because I'm so rich that standing on my wallet makes me look taller.
Sorry, I don't get that.
That's why it's the bad one. Yes, I admit it. It's horrible.
Lance, you're not going to get it.
For me,
Well, my track record begs to differ, so.
For me, it's literally just being like, oh, it's such an honor to meet you. Oh, you're so gorgeous. Like, compliments that are obviously flirting.
That's nice.
It can be good
Yeah,
or
that's
bad.
sincere. Sincere. It's better than Lance.
First of all, I started with my worst pickup line, so you don't have to torture me about it. I understand.
What's your best?
What's my best?
Yeah.
Can he say it, or is he saving it?
You might be saving it.
Yeah. Well, I have a question that I will answer later. Then I will say it.
Oh,
Okay. Hey, I just say hi.
All you have to do is flex.
I'll say.
I personally don't use any pickup lines. I like to be the one that receives the pickup lines.
You're also kind of oblivious to pickup lines.
Yeah.
Like, excuse me? I know what I want. If I just don't want you.
When I say oh, you say
No.
Children.
Next question.
sure, I'm just an age younger than you.
We have two. We have one. What's on? Wait, Moana, did you have another?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is just like, okay, from one POC to another, if someone tries to flirt with you and they said something weird like, oh, you look so exotic, how do you deflect? I don't know how to go from there. Like, I don't want them flirting with me. How do I get out of that situation if you have advice?
Walk away.
Yeah.
Like someone is flirting with you and you just don't want to have it.
Yeah, like they say some weird thing like, oh, you look so exotic. Like, how do I, and like I may work with them, so how do I try to navigate that?
Okay, so I'm actually trained on this kind of stuff a lot. What you want to do is just say, hey, I'm not comfortable with your flirting. Please stop. If they continue with it, go to the people above you who supervise you and let them know that you've already told them once to stop. Also, write down when they did it and what you said to correct it. Otherwise, it may not have happened.
Good, Matt. Yeah, very good. Of course, that might not be easy to just come out and say. I mean, it's hard to go up to someone and say, hey, can you stop that flirting with me? Because that's always not easy. You could, just go right to the higher up.
Yeah. And I would also
Tell your senior officer.
And if you're not comfortable going directly to the higher up, like just yet, you can tell someone at work that you trust. And so if they do see you in that uncomfortable situation, they can come over and kind of be like a block and save you from that situation.
Just remember to constantly document when it happens and what was done to correct it. Otherwise, some people may not believe you. It goes for both males, females, non-binaries, anyone.
All right.
Oh, wait, I think we had a question over here first.
It's
Yeah.
awkward going after such a heavy topic.
It's okay.
All right. Okay. We're just
Yeah.
very good.
Love. Love is a bumpy.
Yes, that's my name.
So, you
talked a lot about your experience.
Yes.
Like, suspiciously a lot about your experience?
I don't know what you're implying.
That you're not experienced.
That is a lie. Whoever told you that, I will take care of them, don't worry.
Lance, let's just admit with how innocent you've been projecting yourself, you've probably only had a couple of partners like me.
There's nothing wrong with that.
A couple times 100.
Lance, no.
Yes.
We all know that that's false.
You don't know my life, man.
Dude, the garrison doesn't let us have females in our rooms.
I sneak out.
Next question.
Okay. Is that a hand vector or a stretch?
No, that's a hand.
Okay. All right. Padme? Wait, is that a question?
Yeah.
No, it's a question.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Have you ever considered that Voltron would want to date other super robots?
Wait, that makes me think now. What if the lions have a thing for each other?
Well, yes, because Voltron is a thing. There's your answer.
I mean, I've had a lot of conversations with the black lion.
Does he have a thing for like green, yellow, red, or blue? Like, who does he have a thing for?
Question.
Who do each of the lions have a thing for?
You know, I think they all work together pretty well. Five of them?
It's a five-way.
Yeah. I think they have a pretty equal. Yeah, they know what they want. They want to try to get it. There you go. Working together, everyone.
What if the lions had a thing for their paladins, though?
That is a.
Well, I don't know how that would work.
I'll tell you magic, man. I'll tell you magic.
A mysterious way.
I blame Alcor. Do the lions count as aliens? Because then I can refer to the other question where if I had to decline an alien, I would decline my lion because I don't want to disrespect her like that.
Didn't you flirt with Blue though?
It was not flirting.
It sounded like.
As long as they're not doing anything to red.
I mean, Alfor was pretty skilled at Altean magic. Who knows what these lions could actually do? Like, could they turn into like actual lions? Could they turn into people? Alternate reality. I mean, they do give you consent to go inside them, so.
Unless we'll the same.
You know what? Ask Slav about that.
I'm not asking Slav about anything.
Do not mention Slav.
Yeah, next question.
I will not. I believe Padme had a question.
It's not about parts this time.
Are you sure I like that question?
That was a great.
Is it about feet?
Matt?
I can ask you a question.
Don't, Padme.
Okay, I won't.
Patience.
I blame Anakin Skywalker for that.
Okay, so this is the first one question.
Okay.
I have my 4-year anniversary tomorrow.
Yes!
Wait, is this marriage or dating?
Dating.
Okay, but still.
What would you guys do to celebrate? It's like,
If I were you,
I guess.
If I was Padme.
Or if you're
I were Padme.
or I don't know, romantic ideas.
So I'm more of like the
Let's put that
typical.
on. Yeah.
So I'm more of like the typical type of person where it's like the every 5 years kind of thing, because like the every 5 years is actually a big milestone.
Do they just not exist the other like?
No, I would still celebrate the four, like the in-betweens, but not nearly as big, but I'd still make it a little more special. So like instead of the typical movie and dinner, probably like something that you normally wouldn't do.
Alright.
But like if it's during the summer, take your partner to like say probably the water park or something.
The water. That's very good. Okay, 4 years.
It can be romantic and it's actually a lot of fun.
Well, I mean, I think every year is special, and that's really sweet. I would treat them to a nice dinner. Maybe a favorite place that you guys like but don't get to go to very often, something a little more fancy. Dress up real nice, look really nice for them. Yeah, nice dinner, nice time after.
Yeah,
but remember to be safe.
Expanding on that, I say try a new sex position. Get a little freaky deaky.
Wow. I agree with Shiro. I think you should take your partner out on a nice date, go get some dinner, go to somewhere really, really expensive.
And make them pay.
Yeah, make them pay. Or if you want to pay,
Make them pay.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. And then afterwards, you buy a bottle of wine. All right. You go home, sit on the couch, crack open a bottle of wine. You know.
Domesticity.
And then things go places.
And not Netflix and chill.
The dance with no pants.
Netflix can get very lame.
Just have a nice.
The dance with no lens.
Don't invite Lance.
I mean, if you want me to be there, just tell me what the address is and I will be there.
I mean, he does sing pretty damn well.
We could all be. We could be outside the
You,
window.
man.
singing.
Wow, thank you.
I mean, I've heard him sing to Despacito and dance to it.
I love that song, and despite what people think, you know, the Justin Bieber version is, I still like it even
I
though
don't
it's-
like the Justin Bieber version.
Can we not fight about Justin Bieber in the panel? All right. I hope we answered your question, Pastor. You're welcome. All right. Was there one? There was.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and take an online question on your
There's
reading
one
spectacles.
Yeah, sorry. So old. After me. Oh, thank you. I love when my GF glues gifts. What? I love when my GF gives me oral sex, but I don't really enjoy giving it to her. How do I tell her that I don't want to do it?
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Fuck that. No, I'm sorry. I think this is one of those situations where if they're doing it for you, you better do it for them. You know, it's something that if it makes you uncomfortable, that is definitely something that you need to work on.
Mm-hmm.
You should love giving your partner oral. Absolutely.
Communication.
You should love making your partner happy, and especially if you are expecting it, like, for them to give it to you. Like, fuck no, you absolutely return the favor.
Okay, so like, kinda going off what Keith said, but also a little disagreement. If you're uncomfortable doing a certain position or act, but you like receiving a certain act, why don't you kind of talk with your partner and come up with kind of a compromise? So like, say your girlfriend gives you oral and you come up with a compromise to, if she really likes to be fingered, finger her.
I agree. However, I want to expand on that.
Again, it's communication.
I feel like this question is, it's not so much this person's asking that I'm uncomfortable. It's more so that they're being selfish, and that I think is the real point to this question.
Now, if it truly makes you uncomfortable,
If it makes
that's
you
when you come up with the
If this is
compromise.
some sort of like traumatizing thing, then no, absolutely not. But if you're wanting your girlfriend to suck your dick and you don't want to eat her pussy because it makes you, feel less like a man, then fuck you.
Why would that make you feel less like a man? Right? Real men.
Make more
real men eat
a real
a woman out.
It takes two to tango, people.
Thank you, Lance. It's the first time I think I've ever agreed with you.
Make her feel like a princess.
Oh my god.
Yes, over there.
Yes. So I recently got out of a bad relationship, but it was a couple weeks ago, and I'm single, and I think I'm ready to mingle.
Yes.
What places would you go to pick up someone?
What places?
Yeah, like where would you go to pick up a new partner.
Well, like
or,
Jupiter?
Sure, why not?
Where boys are stupider.
Have you ever wanted?
None of us
Okay.
have been.
Places to go.
We've been past it, but we haven't been to
We
it.
did go past it. That was in the past. Places like physical or
Like, would you go to like a dance club or?
Oh, okay.
Go wherever you're comfortable, honestly, because if you're not comfortable at like a club, by all means, don't push yourself to go if you're not going to have a good time. Look for like events in your area. Like if you live in Boston, look for little events. Like especially if you're really big into cosplay, look for cosplay events that you can go to. Look for other like little events that you can attend. You will find someone, and also to know people move at their own pace. So if your ex-partner gets upset that you're moving on so quickly,
well, it's your ex.
yeah. But also just to let people know, like in the past for me, like I found out one of my partners was moving on barely a week after me, so that showed why he broke up with me.
Sorry, man. I would go, I mean, think about the kind of crowd you want to meet, want to mingle with, the types of people that will be at these establishments, and kind of judge it on that, but you also still want to have a good time. And these app things on these phones can be useful. Just be safe and careful.
Don't use Tinder.
What's Tinder?
Shiro, you.
I mean, Paladin?
Wait, did you seriously?
I mean, if you put that you were a paladin on your Tinder,
Would that help her?
yes.
Alright.
I mean, it helped me.
You have a Tinder?
No.
Should I get a Tinder?
No.
No. It's where creeps go.
Cool.
Yes, it is cool.
We're so cool.
That was some great advice, but I want to know where you guys, I would like to know where you guys would actually go to pick up partners.
Okay. Well, I can pick anyone up anywhere, so that's hard for me. I would say go somewhere, like, I like to go to the bookstore, which I know that's a surprising answer, but when you see someone reading your favorite book, that is the perfect icebreaker, because you can go up to them, you can say, I love that book, and then they'll be like, why? Should I buy it? And then you have this whole conversation, and then you can be like, yeah, like, let's get coffee, I can tell you more about it, and then boom, you got yourself a date.
Blam, blam.
I actually kind of agree with Lance on that, but also to, like add on, like I would also go to a convention if I see someone that's in a really cool cosplay, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I love your cosplay, and you actually have a conversation about it, and like getting into like say comic books that's based around that cosplay, but it's like you kind of click here, but you also kind of gotta be careful too. Take things
Stranger danger.
slowly.
The gym?
I let people just come up to me.
Whatever.
He's too emo.
All right, we have 8 minutes left of the panel already. This has flown by. So last minute questions. Anyone? Right here.
Then I can do it once and never touch again.